The parable of the dishonest manager. Luke chapter 16, from verse 1 up to 13. Please like, subscribe, and share. There was a rich man who had a manager, and charges were brought to him that this man was wasting his possessions. And he called him and said to him, "What is this that I hear about you? Turn in the account of your management, for you can no longer be manager." And the manager said to himself, "What shall I do, since my master is taking the management away from me? I am not strong enough to dig, and I am ashamed to beg. I have decided what to do, so that when I am removed from management, people may receive me into their houses." So, summoning his master's debtors one by one, he said to the first, "How much do you owe my master?" He said, 100 measures of oil." He said to him, "Take your bill and sit down quickly and write 50. Then he said to another, "And how much do you owe?" He said, 100 measures of wheat." He said to him, "Take your bill and write 80. The master commended the dishonest manager for his shrewdness, for the sons of this world are more shrewd in dealing with their own generation than the sons of light. And I tell you, make friends for yourselves by means of unrighteous wealth, so that when it fails, they may receive you into their eternal dwellings. One who is faithful in a very little is also faithful in much, and one who is dishonest in a very little is also dishonest in much. If then you have not been faithful in the righteous wealth, who will entrust to you the true riches? And if you have not been faithful that which is another's, who will give you that which is your own? No servant can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or he will be devoted to other and despise the other. You cannot serve God and money. Explanations. Jesus does not approve or give approval of the manager's dishonesty. Jesus' point is that worldly people are often sharp enough to use their abilities to promote their own interest and welfare, even if by questionable and dishonest means. In contrast, believers often are not heavenly minded enough to use their earthly abilities and possessions to promote their spiritual and eternal interest. Injustice, greed, and power are often involved in the accumulation and use of unrighteous wealth. We must use possessions and money or anything God has entrusted us in a way that promotes God's interest and the spiritual salvation of others. When Jesus says to make friends for yourself by means of unrighteous wealth, he is talking about using your resources to truly help those in need so as to reach them for Christ, so that they too can one day be welcomed into heaven. In this way, worldly wealth and resources may be wisely used for eternal benefits. Those who are not trustworthy in how they acquired or used their earthly possessions, abilities, or opportunities will be just as irresponsible with spiritual things. This is why God's people, and especially church leaders, must be free from the love of money. No servant can serve two masters. Ironically, the more we have, the easier it is to become a slave to the wealth and responsibilities we have accumulated. The world's riches make it very difficult to keep God at the center of our lives. Thank you. Jesus loves you. Jesus died for you and me. Shalom, shalom. Bye-bye. Please like, subscribe, and share. The parable of the dishonest manager. Luke